So today I've got Mona Weathers on the podcast today. Mona has two communities actually. I knew her when she had just had one, now she's got two, which is absolutely amazing. The first community I think is called Next Level Creator Hub, and then the second one, and you're going to get into this in a little while, aren't we, Mona, is Offers to Launch. I really want to hear about that one. Okay. So your first community is helping solopreneurs build clear and systems for traffic, community and income so growth becomes intentional and repeatable. I absolutely love that tagline. But before we get into all that, Mona, tell us where you've come from and how you actually managed to actually start a school community, because I know you've got a little bit of a story there, haven't you?
Yeah, so it's funny because you are part of my beginning on Skool, for sure. You're like one of the first people I've actually met and spoke with. I found Skool, I think it was May of last year. Just by accident. It was I was watching YouTube, trying to learn about this AI stuff that was going on, and seeing the avatars that people were making, and I was just sort of interested in that. So I joined a couple of communities there. I was not involved in those communities at all. The time I got involved, the first moment I got involved was the community with Alexa, which is where I found you. Yes. And you were super helpful in there, and you were actually one of the first members of my community. So that was kind of how I found Skool. And when I found it, I was in a transition period. I was in a niche. It's homesteading. I was teaching homesteading, okay. Yeah, sure. As you know, and it's a great niche. I love homesteading. We still live the homesteading lifestyle, which, if you haven't heard of what that is, it is a farm, basically farm lifestyle, kind of living off the land type of thing. And I was just ready for it to be my life again and not my source of income. So I put that, I put that on hold, at least, well, probably for good. But I was podcasting and doing all that. I built a pretty decent brand with the homesteading niche.
Was that on Facebook as well, Mona? Maybe you can maybe touch on that as well, if you don't mind.
Oh yeah. I had a Facebook community there as well. I was helping homesteaders to generate income through their farm life and their expertise, which was, Facebook was like what everybody did, but it was also not a very good way to actually connect. So Facebook, once upon a time, was a really good place to build community, but it just doesn't seem like that's the case anymore. And so I was really struggling really hard, and this was the time of the transition. Sure. I decided to go with YouTube growth strategy. That was my big transition. That's how we met, because of that. And I wasn't a guru or anything. I just know how to grow things. Like, I can grow a garden, I have children, I can grow things. So I'm like, I can grow a YouTube channel. It's just a matter of a process that you do and time. So I decided to, and I had grown my homesteading YouTube channel, a couple thousand subscribers and stuff. So I decided to go that direction. But as I was building that community, I realized there was a lot of things that people were missing. Like They were missing, just like, like email, having an email list. They were missing like a process for marketing, or they were just missing certain things. And I realized over the years that I was doing the homesteading niche, I had figured out some of those things that that these people that I was discovering were lacking. So I'm like, well, this is a systems thing. This is like, repeatable systems that make us as solopreneurs be able to maintain things. So we don't want to just like keep reinventing the wheel. Like, we try this thing and that thing. We want to create a system that is repeatable. So that's kind of that's where I'm at right now.
I love that. Love that. I mean, to be honest with you, as an entrepreneur, you brought that up now. The fact that sometimes you do need to actually pivot, you do need to actually make a change if you feel if something's not working, or you just feel that you need to go into a different direction because your members are actually requesting it, maybe you can touch on that and the reason why you did pivot from the YouTube to the systems marketing that you're doing now.
Yeah. So it really wasn't a request from the members. It was more of I noticed it. I noticed the gap, and I knew I could fill it. And I felt better about filling that gap than YouTube. Like, I was still like kind of learning YouTube, you know, I can teach people how to grow a YouTube channel, and I'm really good at finding the holes in any system. So I would have been okay if I kept going that way, but it felt better to actually help people with it felt like a bigger problem that I felt like I could help people with.
Yeah.
And so that's how I ended up shifting. I didn't really ask anybody. So everybody's still, even now, people are like, I thought this was a YouTube community. But I just explained, you know, I officially kind of dropped the YouTube side, as you know, and referred a bunch of people to you.
Yeah, thank you for that.
Yeah, you're welcome. Well, you're really good at what you do, and I felt like it was just, you know, a natural thing to do is just to send them over to you, because people are still coming and looking for that type of information, education. It's just I don't want to focus on it anymore. So now I've sort of made it part of my premium and my high ticket client service. So if they need YouTube strategy, I help them with that, but it's not part of the free community.
Not front and center.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. So explain to me then what the community does now then. So you said systems, didn't you? So if I've got either a school community, or I've got a business, or even a YouTube channel, how does your community help? What does it do?
Okay, so I've broken it down into three systems that we focus on, which is community, traffic, and income. So those are basically the three growth systems that every solopreneur, especially, but entrepreneur actually, you need those in order to maintain your business. So you need to have, you don't need to have community. I will say that. You do not need to have a community like a school, like a container type of community. You kind of need to have some sort of community feel somewhere for people to follow you as a brand. But you don't necessarily need a container. But Skool makes it incredibly easy. The container is really easy. All that frustration I had with Facebook is gone with Skool, and I'm able to actually connect with my members. I'm able to actually build what I want. My container is designed to fit my needs, and not something that Facebook's saying I have to have these ads show up, or it's not being interrupted by an outside source. It's what I've created for myself and for you. Like we're all creating our different communities, and that means the energy is different, the information is different, but that's like the beautiful part about it, you know. So so I forgot the question.
What you've done is amazing. I suppose we've got a lot of people that are watching this podcast now are just starting out on their journey and actually starting a community and actually building a community. Perhaps you can go into the way you've actually managed to grow it from zero, because a lot of members struggle with this, don't they? They start the community and they're all excited, and then they go, now what? What do I do now? What you've done is you've managed to actually start a community from zero, and you're at like 309 members now, which is absolutely fantastic. How did you actually manage to grow your community so fast and to at such a level?
Yeah, so I think a lot of times when people join, they think that the focus needs to be on growing the community, which it is. I mean, you do have to grow. You got to get people in there.
Of course.
But as soon as possible, go deep. So as soon as possible, go deep, which means have conversations with those people. I mean, you can have 5 people in your community and have all 5 of them super engaged and active if you're helping them and having these conversations. So I like to talk about like the beginning of a conversation. So the beginning of the conversation starts at the about page. It starts as soon as the people land on your about page. What are you about? How are you explaining what you're about? Is it clear? Is the user understanding what you're about? So it's always about like, like with YouTube, really have to focus on the user experience. That's what we're doing.
100%.
It's not the algorithm, it's the user experience. So the same thing you can take to your about page. That's where the conversation starts. They click join because you've started the conversation. They decide, okay, they click join. As soon as they click join, you need to continue on with the conversations with your member request questions. Like that's such a great opportunity to learn about your members is from those questions.
Absolutely.
And then if they get to be in your community, then it's your opportunity to continue the conversation with your DMs. So either you have auto DMs or you send them a DM as soon as you accept them into the community, and then continue the conversation. So here's for everyone, and I've been sharing this tip with everyone because it's one of
let's hear it.
Yeah, and so it could be that all of school is going to have the same question because it's so effective. But what I do is I welcome them. In the in my auto DM it says, welcome to the community. Go to this start here or the welcome post first, and that's important part because if I'm not able to respond to their answer to the question right away, at least they know what to do first.
Absolutely.
So and make that a link, by the way. I don't know if people know you can make your auto DMs a link. So make the text in there a link. Yeah. And then the question is, what is one goal you want to achieve in the next 90 days? I get about 90 to 95% response rate on that one. Almost everyone answers that question. And that is the beginning of the conversation. So that is where I I start helping them as soon as my tip is start helping people as soon as possible.
What I'd also add as well, Mona, and this is something I've observed from you as well, is you are a master networker as well. So it's not a case of just maybe making YouTube videos. It's not a case of just making Instagram reels and putting yourself out there, but you are very good at networking within the community, within school even. Mm-hmm. Do you think that's actually helped you with your growth as well?
Oh yeah, for sure. I tend to find the people who are most active in school. So that's not what I intentionally do. Like I didn't intentionally do that, but that just seems to happen. Like I have a pretty high percentage of people on the platform in my 309 member community. Sure. I like to stay between 10% and 20% of my members are on the platform at any kind of given time. It's just something I came up with in my head. It's not, I have no proof that that's actually more beneficial or not, but yeah, networking is definitely something that in life, I mean, any business, networking works. Like you just get out there, and if you come at it as an approach of like not trying to sell a dang thing, don't try to sell anything, just talk to people. Mm-hmm. Those deep conversations end up being really good friendships a lot of times. I mean, I'm starting to, like you, I feel like you're a friend that I've never met from the UK. And but you know what I mean, you just want to not have that I'm trying to get something back for this. Just give without expecting back, and it'll come back to you. Like my referrals are really, like with the new analytics that came out, referrals was my second highest after
That's
the
awesome.
Discovery or whatever, not Discovery, but the school platform itself.
School platform, yeah.
Yeah. So school was first, and then referrals or affiliates, I guess they call them.
It's exactly the same in mine as well, which is unbelievable. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's because you're out there giving, information for free without asking for anything in return. I think that's like the key there.
Yeah, and I think it's a good way as well. Obviously, one is it's nice to get your name out there, but also you're building trust and authority at the same time. When you're out in another community and you're making a comment on somebody that's asked the question, you're making a comment, you're not asking for anything in return. I think it just builds that trust, doesn't it? And then naturally they just click on your profile and then see you've got a community.
Yeah, that's pretty much, I think, how most of because my intention was to do YouTube and have that be my main source of traffic. I think I got one person, but I'm not saying that YouTube is not good. It's just I wasn't dedicated to YouTube. I still plan to use it as an evergreen source of traffic because it's the best place for that.
Yeah,
I just have to get back to this new rebranding and find the topic that I'm start talking about.
And you know what? There's a lot that's changed. Even in the last couple of months, Mona, on YouTube, there's crazy things happening on that channel at the moment. So on that platform. So it'd be nice to see you back on there because you have a really great presence and you're very good at presenting. When somebody has something they want to know about something to do with school or YouTube, you're very good actually conveying that. So I'd love to see you back making videos.
I'll make it back.
Yeah, I'm sure you will. So you've got another community now. So this one's called the Offers to Launch. Maybe you can kind of give us like a breakdown of why you set up another community and why you felt the need to set up a separate community from the Next Level Creator Hub.
Yeah, so I said before we deal with 3 systems. So this was part of the income system, and I actually launched this from idea to launch in 37 days. So this tells you that you do not need a lot of time if you have the right right topic. And everyone paid. Everyone is all but 4. I gave it away to my 4 premium and my next level sprint, my higher ticket client. I gave away those to them because I like to reward the people who've paid me, so I never give away for free other than that. But but all other people, and there was 21 people who joined on the day one. So day one, I had 21 people, all of them paid. Yeah, thank you. And the reason I did it was because the topic of launching offers inside of your community and outside of your community as well, but it's mainly for people who don't know how to sell, basically, inside their community or outside the community. I started with a poll question, and I did that question. I asked based on how I felt like I can help people. I asked, what's your biggest pain point? And that one was the highest. And I asked that question again in another community just to make sure it kind of was not just a fluke in my community, and I asked it again. Same thing. That was the highest thing. Like they can't, it was like, I don't know how to sell my offers. So I was very I knew I did not want to just start another community for starting another community's sake, because it takes time and effort, right?
Of course.
But this one was it was too much to be a course, because I have to be able to have conversations. So it couldn't just be a course behind. Plus, I have so much information about launching your, and by launching your offers, it's talking about upgrading people to premium, or selling your high ticket offer, or selling your mid ticket offer, whatever you have, whatever offer you have. Most people don't know how to get people to buy it, get people to upgrade. It's just it's all across school. I find it over and over again that most people don't know how to get them from free to paid. So that's what this community solves. And it's actually, you'll find this maybe interesting, it's a paid public community.
Oh, right. Okay. I did not know that, actually.
I did this strategically. And so it's a test right now, and I'll see after a month whether I'm going to keep it that way. But
it's an interesting concept. I've not seen anyone do that before.
Yeah, I've seen a couple people, and I wasn't sure if they were doing it on purpose or by accident. But all of the information is information is behind level 1. So except for 3 courses that I have in the back, which is the Start Here course, the the school directory, which I don't know if you want me to talk about that, but I've created a school directory.
Absolutely, yeah. I'm happy to hear about
well,
that.
remind me to tell you about the school, because I don't want to forget this part. The school directory, and then a lead magnet course. Basically, it's a lead magnet course that I left open to the public. So everything else is behind level 1. So if they join, right now it's $97 one-time fee, and that's a whole nother strategy of how I priced it.
Yeah,
but
interesting strategy.
Yeah, but once they join, they can have access to all of the courses. But the courses are very, very light. I hate calling them courses. It's more like a process of reflection. Mm-hmm. So there's just a little bit of information, and then you can reflect and see, go through this whole mindset thing, because a lot of people have mindset around even selling in their community. So we go through that. And the first course that I have, the lead magnet course that I have, is actually the part that goes through a lot of the mindset stuff. So it's free for people. Yeah. So I started it because it was a pain point. Mm-hmm. I decided to make it a community because it was too big of a topic to make it into a course. I made it into public instead of private because it has a fee attached, and I'm still building it as an offer. And I wanted to see if people being able to see inside and seeing all the conversation and the testimonials. I have a testimonial board that's pinned at the top, so people can see that people are actually growing and having wins. And then so that part is still a test. I may close it back. I may close it up at the end of the first month, but it's working pretty well right now. I was able to get at least one member after the early bird launch. It's only like a week and a half old, so I don't have a whole lot of data yet.
No, that's fair enough. I love the fact that you're willing to test that out, though. There's so many people who have communities and they're scared to do these little tests, aren't they? Mm-hmm. But to be honest with you, I take my hat off to you. I think you should test as much as you can. Obviously, not everything all at once, but the fact that you're testing to see if this works or not is fantastic, and I love that. And the fact that as well that you can just close it if it doesn't work. If you don't find you're getting many members after the next few weeks or month or so, you can basically just make it into a private group again.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that was an easy way to do it. And I already, all of the members that are inside of there now are from Next Level Creator Hub. So they got an early bird price, and they were really excited. And I jumped in Discovery pretty fast. I mean, it's like 2,000 or something like that. Oh, really? But it was like the day or 2 or 3, it started to jump because of the way the reflection questions. So they go to the course, they answer the questions in the community, and there's a post for each course. So anyway, it's really cool. You should go look at it.
Yeah, no, I will do. I didn't realise that it was open, so I'll definitely go and have a look at it. And I'll probably put it in the B-roll as well, actually.
Yeah,
people can actually see inside as well. So you mentioned about the early bird thing. Obviously, I know what that means. Can you explain exactly the strategy behind giving an early bird price, as you put it? What is that, and how did you actually structure that?
Yeah, so another test I did. Part of this is offers to launch shares launch strategies and relaunch strategies. So one of them is like a 3-day soft launch, just to get your feet wet and figure out if if you're just not ready to like full on go out there and start selling. The 3-day soft launch is really a good place to start. And another one is the one that works for me and has worked for me 5 out of the 7 times I've launched on Skool. So that's another thing that people might want to know. I've launched 5 out of 7 times in the 6 months on Skool. I mean, I've launched 7 times on Skool. 5 out of the 7 I sold something, including a high ticket. And it was awesome. It was pretty much the same launch strategy. And you take people through a journey basically with this, and most of it's posting. Like I don't do a whole lot of one-on-ones. My high ticket, I'll have one-on-one conversations, but I don't do a whole lot of one-on-ones. I'll do sales calls for a high ticket, but most of it is just through text, through posts. But I have a process in which people go through like a journey, a buying journey, and they can decide whether it's for them or not for them by the end of it. So it has worked really well. It's usually 7 to 10 days. I've done it, like I said, 7 times. And remind me the question that started this whole thing.
No, basically the early bird.
Oh, the early bird, right. Okay, so yeah. So another strategy I tested was, because I really wanted to get this community off the ground really fast, I did a 48-hour price increase strategy to where every 48 hours I increased the price. So it was started off at $47. So a lot of people did get it for pretty cheap. And this is a one-time fee forever. Like in this community. Yeah. So that's something else I do. I do give really good offers, really good sales, and I reward people who take action quickly. So I did that 48 hours later it was increased. I think it was by $20 every 48 hours. So I think that was probably I think that might have been a 7-day, 5 days. I'm not sure. But by the end of it, it was, $87, and then it went to $97. And $97 is what it, $97 is what it's at right now.
Obviously, I'm not a fan of the word, but I suppose like the fear of missing out, FOMO. So as people can see the prices going up, they think, geez, I can't sit on the fence too long here. Otherwise, I could purchase it today at this price, but it's going to be going up in 40 hours. Let me make a quick decision. Is that the reasoning behind it? Yeah,
I mean, you have to, it's urgency is what I like to call it. It's not so much a fear of missing out. It's just, if you don't put urgent, you have to have some sort, not always, but urgency definitely gets people to move and to take action. So your urgency can be a price increase, or your urgency can be losing a bonus, or it can be a cap, like you only have a certain amount of people that you'll take. Urgency can come in all different ways, but for some reason, us humans don't like to make decisions unless there's some sort of urgency to it. It could be your desire. Yeah. It could be your desire though. Like you're just like, I got to get this done. I got to do this now. I mean, if you can tap into people's like already desire to want to improve themselves, that works too. But yeah, urgency seems to be what we have to create in some way. And it's like, it's okay. It's like one of the things that people really deal with selling is that they don't want to sell. They don't want to feel salesy, but you have to rewire your brain on that. Selling is service, unless you're just selling garbage. Like, don't sell garbage. Sell good stuff. But it is a service. It helps them and it helps you. You know, and it's okay to help you.
There has to be a win-win, doesn't it? A win-win situation. Yeah. There can't be a loser. You both have to win in that exchange.
Yeah, exactly. And so as soon as people can start rethinking it in that way, like selling as a service, because sometimes people won't take action if they don't have a buy-in. So, if you get free stuff, if somebody gives you something free, you're like, oh, that's cool. I got it for free. But I have no buy-in in it. And I'm like, well, I'll just get to it when I can. But if somebody has a buy-in, at least they're like, oh, well, I paid for it. I need to be making sure I'm getting what I paid for,
Absolutely.
Like, you need to have that. And it's just part of the way we're built. Like, we just, unless we've decided some way that this is our resolve, that we're going to complete something or get our money's worth or whatever, we're just not going to do it. So giving away too much, which is another thing I like to tell people, it's okay to give away some. Stop at some point. Don't keep giving away stuff.
So can we quickly touch on the classified things? We're just going to basically loop back round. In the early days, you basically, Sharon, so what's Sharon's last name? I can't remember her last name.
It's Shannon. Yeah. And that's so funny that I don't even remember her last name.
Shannon Boyer.
Boyer, yes. Okay, sorry, Shannon, if you're watching. We both forgot your name.
Yeah, so just if we can just touch on it very quickly, you were involved in the early stages of actually helping set up the community and grow the community. Maybe you can just touch on that. Shannon Boyer's got a community called the Classifieds, and it's basically where a lot of communities can come and join, and that obviously publicise what they do. So maybe you can touch on that just for a quick second.
Yeah, Shannon and we actually met one time with another coach. So when I saw that she was making this community, I was like, that's a really good idea. I want to help you. And I was new to Skool. So she did most of everything. I was just there to help support her, and to moderate. That was my job, was to help moderate.
Okay.
I didn't end up being a very good moderator that much because I was so busy with my own community.
Of course.
So that's the only reason why I left, is because, she's got new moderators now, but I helped her get to 1,000, and I felt like, now it's a good time to. She's got like 1,400 now, I think, but it was a good time for me to help. I felt like I helped her enough, and it was good time for me to move on and focus on my own community. But
and I think that's important as well. When you have your own community, that is your number one priority, isn't it? It's all right doing all the other things, around what you're doing, but your community is the kind of nucleus of it all, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, and that's the different. That's moving away from Facebook thinking. You have to think of this as your own space. It's not it is rented land, but it's like, it's better rented land, I guess. It's like, it's not. Yeah, we're living in a better house over here instead of under the freeway overpass. Facebook. But yeah, so just think of it that way. It's your place. You set it up the way you want to. You create your offers that serve you and your members, but don't think like you have to do it like anybody else does it. You don't have to. Like, you can do it the way it works best for you.
Absolutely. Okay, so last question for you then, Mona. And I like to ask this of everyone, and it's one of my favourite questions I like to ask is, if you had to do things differently, so you were setting up a Skool community as of today, is there anything you would have done differently or do differently than you did when you first set up the Next Level Creator Hub?
This is a hard one, because one of the things I notice that people I don't want to say mess up, but miss, is having a clear path to an offer. And though, a lot of people are starting and they don't really have a clear path to an offer, but that's like the number one thing you need to figure out as soon as possible, because you cannot sustain it unless you're just doing it for free, unless this is your hobby and you don't care to make money. But this is different than Facebook. Again, we're paying for it. It's not free land, even at $9 a month, that adds up. You don't want to be wasting your money. So you want to have a clear path to an offer as soon as possible.
That is because really great advice.
Yeah, that's the sustainability part. Like, you want that's what I teach systems, because I want you to be I want longevity in your business. I want to help you with longevity in your business. And I don't want you to just burn out. So the sustainable part is that you get paid. That's one of the sustainable, and use your time wisely and that sort of thing. But you really need to figure that out as soon as possible. And it could start off as this cheap course or whatever, but you need to have some sort of path to monetization as soon as possible.
Fantastic. Such a great answer, and I appreciate that. And that's such good advice. So where can people find you? Obviously, we've mentioned your community a few times, but maybe you can let us know the best places to actually find you, Mona.
Yeah, I guess it would be my community, Next Level Creator Hub. I do have a YouTube channel, but again, I'm rebranding that. But if you just search Mona Weathers, you should be able to find it. Right now I'm just focused on getting people to my community. That's my home. Yeah. That's the home of my business, and that's where people can learn. And I give away so much free information, but it's because I love serving people and I like to see them see wins. And I know that leads to better connections later on if I keep doing that. So.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. Well, Mona, look, thank you so much for taking the time to be on the podcast. I really appreciate that. I think all the things you've actually gone through from the start to obviously helping out in another community, showing us how to actually create different offers as well and the type of offers you actually bring to the table. It's been so helpful, and I think a lot of members will actually get a lot from this. So I appreciate it. Thank you so much. And yeah, hopefully see you in the community.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you so much for having me. I really enjoyed it.